Danilo, a 2-1 win at home in the league on Saturday. I bet the dressing room is buzzing with that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's a big relief to finally get that win. Obviously, I've been here 3 weeks now, and to finally get one over the line and put in the performance we did, everyone's really happy with it.
As a striker, to score a goal, that's what you're in the team to do. You must be really pleased.
Yeah, especially to get the first one here, playing for MK Dons at home. So it was a special moment for me, and more importantly, to get the 3 points with it as well. So, yeah, good weekend.
Ben Gladwin, someone that you know fairly well. He's been chucked in this week, but he's been fantastic, hasn't he? And I'm sure all the players are delighted to get that win over the line for him.
Yeah, obviously Glad's come in. He's done the interim at Crawley for a little bit, so he's had a bit of experience with that. And obviously to step in now, I think he's handled the situation really well, and kind of everyone's looking up to him, and he showed really good leadership and kind of clear direction of what he wants to do and what he wants us to change and improve on, and hopefully we can continue to do that in the weeks coming for him.
And for you and all the lads in the team, that must give you so much confidence. Big week ahead before going to play Port Vale, but you can get on the grass now with a bit of momentum.
Yeah, I think the win was needed, but again, I think it's only one win at the end of the day, so that was very much a message in the changing room from the boys. We've got to now back it up with more positive results in the future now. It's no good winning now and then having another month or 2 months like we just had, so attention turns to next week. Like you said, a week on the grass, but we've got to go and fully focus for the next one because it's going to be a tough one.
Great to get the win, obviously, and even better to score the winning goal.
Yeah, no, definitely. Always happy as a striker to score, and to score when it means 3 points as well. It's, yeah, over the moon with it.
Kind of a poacher's goal, striker's goal, to get picking up the scraps?
Yeah, I think it's what kind of made my career off of just being in and around the box, scoring tap-ins, but again, I'd rather score 25 tap-ins than 5 long ranges at the end of the day, so for me, yeah, job well done this weekend.
And your first goal here since a game that we don't really talk about anymore, so nice to get that one out.
Yeah, I think that game actually had the only time I've scored outside the box last year, and then 2 more tap-ins, so yeah, to get the first one here in MK colours in front of the home fans was a special feeling, and again, like I said, for it to be 3 points as well, tops it off.
A good performance, probably the best performance certainly in the last kind of 2 or 3 months, and deserved the win. Was there a little bit of a, not again, when the penalty was given and obviously scored for them?
I don't feel like there was, and again I probably don't feel like there has been in recent games as well. I know probably looking out from the outset in it's probably a bit different, but we always had the belief we'd win. It was just a matter of time, and yeah, frustration creeps in at times, but you look at the performance today, I think we kept going and we reacted really well after conceding the first goal, and we kind of stayed on the front foot and obviously came away with 3 points at the end of the day.
Like I say, good team performance, but important having conceded again first to get back into the game quickly.
Yeah, I thought we were on top up until that point, and then obviously to concede the penalty was a shame, but again I didn't see anyone's head drops. Everyone was kind of positive. We kind of stayed on the front foot like I said before, and we just knew the next moment, next big chance we get, we're going to score it, and yeah, Offie was there to put it in with the head and get us back on track, and then I think from there we kicked on, got 2-1 up, and then I think probably the last 10 minutes was a bit anxious, a bit nervy, but boys were fantastic at the back and held them at bay.
Obviously, there's been a little bit of, certainly from fans' perspective, looking over their shoulders. This one was billed as a very important game, against the team in the bottom 2. But have you the players been shielded from that? I mean, from the point of view that it obviously wouldn't be spoken about particularly. Yeah. It's just a question of getting that win and moving on.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to walk around the place going, "Oh, we're in a relegation scrap." But at the same time, like for myself, like I'm not silly. I can see the league table. You can see the points, and as much as you're working up how many points to get into the playoffs, you also work out how many points to get into that relegation scrap because the table's so tight. But yeah, I don't think the players have really taken too much notice to it, to be honest with you, because a club this size should be looking up the table, not down, and it's down to us as a group of players to make sure we change that and we start looking up the table.
Obviously, from a personal perspective, I'd imagine Scott Lindsay was quite a reason why you came into the football club, and it happened to a few of, I think, Mike Williamson's signings in September, that they came in August, and middle of September he was gone, and now it's happened to the likes of you, Jay Williams, and that. I mean, it's the game, but is it a bit of a blow, a bit of a knock?
Yeah, it was obviously here in the news because I've only been here, 3 weeks with him, and yeah, he's a fantastic manager, fantastic person. Can't speak highly enough of him, and I've got no doubt he'll find himself back in management and back at a club and doing well. The club have made the decision, for whatever reason they've made it, it's up to them. I can't turn around and go, actually don't like, I'm sure the players can't, but the players really liked him, players got behind him, but I think now the club have made the decision, like we all said, we've now got to get behind Glads and keep pushing forward and give him everything we've got to get the club back to where it belongs.
And you would have worked with him at Crawley for a
Yeah,
bit, wouldn't you?
So Glad's first came on the coaching team kind of as a player coach. Don't quote me on this, but I want to say probably the last 4 months of the season last year. And you could see straight away from when he took the passing drills and stuff like that, his presence and his ability as a coach to kind of get his message across. So again, I think it's another learning opportunity for him and a role that he's going to really embrace, and hopefully we can continue putting in results like that and performances like that for him.
Joe White let slip the other day that he didn't know Ben Gudwin had been a footballer. Did you?
Yeah, I was aware. Probably because I'm a bit older. That was probably the main thing. I won't say who else, but we did say a few other players who have played Premier League games, and Joe White was also a bit like, never heard of him. But that is, probably just that younger generation where they didn't quite watch the same players as we did. So we'll let him off. He's a good lad.
Does it make you feel old, that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that was the other thing I thought cool, like if he's saying that. But yeah, that's the game, and it's the next generation now, I guess.
Important week now to follow this up, because you got the first win, which is massive. That's the most important thing. But you now will be obviously looking to go to Port Vale, tough game away, but to follow it up.
Yeah, 100%. They're obviously at the top end of the table, fighting for that playoff and automatic spots, and we're going to go there and hopefully put another performance like we did today and build on what Glads and Busty have been kind of coaching on the training pitch, and hopefully we'll see another positive performance.
Is the mood more relief, or is it just delight? Or maybe both?
Yeah, I'd probably say a bit of both, to be honest with you. It wasn't, I've been in change rooms before where you come in with a win and everyone's jumping about like really excited, but it wasn't. I don't think that's the group of players we've got. I think they've known that we've probably underperformed in recent months, and that win today was just kind of a bit of relief that we've finally won a game, but it's not the standards we set, and it's something we've now got to look to address and back it up with another win. And whether that's next weekend or the weekend after, we've got to start looking at back-to-back wins now and kind of pushing the club forward again.
When you've got a coach like Ben, who you've worked with previously, as we've mentioned, is it easy to get behind a guy like that when he comes in and takes over? Yeah,
it's always easier when you know someone, and obviously Glad's someone who I thought of highly, not only as a coach but as a player and as a person, and I've always kept in touch with him when I moved on from Crawley, and he's a great guy, and obviously you've got people like Days who have stayed on, and Hayler as well, so that kind of what's the word I'm looking for, guys?
Continuity.
Yeah, that's the one. It helps players seeing familiar faces, and everyone wants to get behind him and help him do well. But more importantly, for ourselves and for our own pride, we've got to start putting in good performances and getting results.
And another familiar face, Lawrence Maguire, in the team today was absolutely massive. Considering he's been out for 3 months. Yeah,
we've been saying it along. I've thought highly of Loz, and I know once he gets back in the team, performances will change because of the presence he has on the pitch and how good he is on the ball. I think people can forget that, but obviously playing with him now for what would be 18 months to the end of the season, I've got no doubt he's one of the best left-footed centre halves in this league, and you're going to see it week on, week out now as he builds himself back into the team.